Hello, welcome to Alan Talk Sports. We're going to be talking about the MLB playoffs. I'm going to be doing my postseason bracket on the MLB channel or website. So let's go ahead and enter in this. All right, so we'll do the AL first since it's on the side. Oh, no, they're both. Okay. All right, so Blue Jays Mariners. I think this could be interesting. I'm fairly certain the Mariners are winning this pretty easily, to be honest. I don't see the Blue Jays with their inexperience, everything holding out. Mariners have been a much more exciting team for me, in my opinion. I think it'll be a 3-game series. I think they'll both split one and then go into game 3, and the Mariners will come out clutch. With the Guardians in Tampa, shouldn't that be opposite? Anyway, the Guardians in Tampa, with how easy the Central is, it is really hard, in my opinion, to take the Guardians over Tampa. I just feel like this is one of those situations that the Central team's going to come in here and just get annihilated right out of the playoffs. I think Tampa sweeps them. All right, so the Mets and Padres, I think the Mets win this. They were probably the third best team this season altogether. Maybe Houston was better, definitely, but so fourth best. But yes, third best might still be a stand. Braves had a great final run. Mets were just great all year. They just weren't as good as the Braves. But the Padres is still a tough matchup. I think this series could very well go to 3 as well. But with it all being in Citi Field, I think the Mets have the advantage here. Phillies, Cardinals. This is a hard one in my opinion. I don't think the Phillies will have enough. They've been scuffling so much recently that they barely squeaked into the playoffs, and I just think the Cardinals will come out on top in this one. I don't see the Phillies managing this. I don't even see the Phillies winning one. I think they're getting swept. We'll start with the AL, the ALDS. So Houston Mariners. I'm all in on the Mariners right now. I don't know if they're going to win the World Series, but I think they can beat Houston, not going to lie. I mean, I've seen some of their matchups against Houston, and Houston struggled against the Orioles as well. And I just think, honestly, it could be a shocker, and the Mariners will clutch this up and beat out Houston and get into the ALCS. For Yankees Tampa, I think Tampa will beat them. Yankees have a lovely time of choking in the playoffs, not going to lie. I think Tampa Bay will take this game. This is going 5, no matter what. Unless they've changed the format. Now they're 7. I don't know if they did that. But anyway, this is going 5. I think there's just no way it's not. And I think the Mariners, Astros could very much go 5 as well. After them, we got the Dodgers and Mets. I think the Mets are going to win it. I've had this feeling all year with the Mets that I just think that they're going to be hard to stop in these playoffs, and that I just don't see them falling apart. And the Dodgers are a great team. I think that one's going 5 as well. It wouldn't be shocking me if these 3 series here are some of the best we've seen in the postseason, especially this early on in the postseason, just because I think all these teams are pretty evenly matched. Now, granted, the Braves and Cardinals will not be on the same level. The Braves are going to sweep the Cardinals. It's not one of those things, in my opinion, with the Central stuff that I just don't see the Cardinals being. They're good enough to beat Philly, who's been scuffling, but I don't think they're good enough to beat the Braves. So that's where I got here. And the ALCS, I think I'm gonna. I'm doing it. The Mariners are going all the way. There's just something special about them this year. Them in Baltimore, as an Orioles fan, I've watched them in Baltimore kind of just show up all of a sudden this year. There was just out of nowhere. There was no give and take to why these two teams just all of a sudden were like playoff contenders. Baltimore's going to finish the first team out in the AL, and the Mariners will slip in and be the last wild card seed. But I think no, actually, they would have made the playoffs last year too with the original wild cards. Wow, that's crazy. It was just kind of crazy because I got Tampa Bay here and they would have been out last year. But either way, I just, there's something special about them. And obviously, I'm doing this a little bit early. They just got their 90th win. So there's that. Mets Braves. This is. The Braves has just been playing better than the Mets. I think this could go 7. Braves could sweep them. You know, I mean, they just played in a series. Braves won the division by just dominating the Mets. There is just, I don't think you could bet against the Braves right now. Unfortunately, as well as the Mets have played, the Braves have just been better recently, and the Mets have not been quite to what the Braves are. Braves Mariners World Series. Who would have thunk this? I mean, the Braves weren't shocking, but the way they started off the season, this is shocking. I mean, they were not that great. They were 18 games behind the Mets or something crazy like that early on in the season. They came back, won the division. They won 100 games. They basically didn't lose hardly at all for the last 3 months of the season. It has been an insane ride. And the Mariners just all of a sudden got hot and never cooled off. Baltimore got hot but cooled off. Because Baltimore could have very much slipped in here if they stayed hot like the Mariners. The Mariners are very real. Hence, I got them going all the way. I mean, I don't think you could bet against Atlanta in this series. If this is the true World Series, this would be one hell of a feel-good story for the Mariners. But the Braves are just so much better. I think the Braves are the best team right now in the playoffs. Maybe Houston could be better, but I know I got Houston losing to the Mariners, but I think that's partially momentum. You know, you're coming off of one series victory, you go right into another one. They've been sitting watching you play these 2-3 games, how many ever the Mariners played. I think that plays into Houston and the Dodgers both falling in the first round, giving the Mets and the Mariners the chance to move on. But I think at the end of the day, once you get to this point, the best team is going to win no matter what. There's no extra added that could possibly give you the more momentum. I think Atlanta wins this, even though I think this series could be very quick. This could be a sweep. It could be they win 3 or 4-1, maybe 4-2 even. I think this is going 7, most likely, all 7. But I think the Braves are just that much better that does not matter.